Welcome, everyone, to another episode of AIME's Grow and Get It. I'm Tom Ahles, President of Growth. Today, I get the honor and privilege to speak to our good friend, Angela Kaysen, with Delaware Financial Corp, based out of Delaware. For those that don't know Angela's been very active in the broker community, always willing to help people, always just really, in my opinion, you set the standard of what a good broker should be and actions they take. So definitely appreciate all your participation, coming to our events, helping others. That's what we wanted to talk about today, right? You do some unique things in your own business that I'll say set you apart or that help grow business for you, right? And I know we all have a couple of these things that we really, I don't know, I would say that we really like doing. We see great results from them. One of the things that you've been doing, I know that when we got a chance to chat briefly, you have these weekly realtor email blasts, right? That you're going to go over rate information, mortgage news, updates, really providing value to your real estate partners and viewing you as their trusted mortgage professional. So walk me through that. Let's talk a little bit about it and how you're doing it, how you're blasting them out, and welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me. It's always nice getting to chat with you. So, yeah, something that I told myself this year I was going to do to kind of set myself apart from a lot of the other brokers or just loan officers in general is I wanted to make a point to stay in front of realtors once a week by a weekly rate email blast. So, what I'm doing is I've gathered, I'm going to say around 3,800 realtor emails, and I know you can do this depending on the state that you're in. You can contact your title company and ask them for a list of realtors. I personally, we're an attorney state, so I don't have title companies. I have attorneys, and they don't share realtor information like that. So I did a lot of manual labor going through MMI and finding all the realtors in there who are producing in my state. Now, Delaware is really small. We only have 3 counties, so it didn't take me too long, but it was a lot of work. But once I got my list of realtors, I now have them in a database. Every week, I send out a 3-part email. The email consists of first a summary of what's going on in the market. So more recently, my email last week was about the LLPA changes. So I basically explained it in a way that the average consumer, the average realtor can explain, and had a lot of great feedback. So realtors I've never worked with before, I've never talked to before, are responding, saying thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I probably got 24 responses from that email alone, which is a great, I mean, I know I'm emailing 3,800, but 24 realtors who I wasn't working with actively responding, that's a big turnaround.
That's a great turnaround. So tell me, when you're sending these
Yeah.
out, right? I like I use MMI as well too. You
Yeah.
looked up their information. Now, are you just sending one email and blind CCing them on all, or do you have a CRM that's sending them out? Walk me through
Yeah.
that process on how you're actually sending it out.
So far this year, I have not. We actually just got signed up with a CRM last week. So I'm going to be moving that over to our CRM, but I have been sending them out in batches, blind CCing, 300 realtors at a time. It comes out to like 12 or 13 emails. It's not that much work. It's fine. I can dedicate the extra 15 minutes a day just to copy and paste the email over and over again. I mean, you have to work with the tools you have, and up to this point, that's the tool that I had. So that's where it was coming from.
Just made it
And
happen and didn't make excuses. That's what we go about.
exactly, exactly. I don't know how that impacts my open rates or anything like that with Outlook, but that's where it was coming from. So now it's going to be moving forward in our CRM. Yeah, so I've had a lot of great response. I also, from that last email, a broker, a real estate broker who runs his own company, reached out to me and asked if I would come and speak to his realtors,
Beautiful.
because he had never had any loan officer reach out to bother to explain what the LLPA changes were. So just that 5-minute process that I did to send him an email, I mean, it really got in front of him, and now it's putting me in front of his 25 realtors that he has.
Leading through education has always been key, right? I mean, at that
Yeah.
point, you're not even asking them for a client, but you're coming from the direction of I'm knowledgeable. Let me help you explain it so you have valid context when you're communicating with your buyers, right? A lot of the agents, they
Yeah.
don't know. Then we have mortgage people that didn't even know these loan level price adjustments were
Yeah.
coming. So it's no
Yeah.
surprise real estate agents don't, right? I'm a firm
Yeah.
believer in what you're doing. I would say for me, I've used my MMI list. Everybody that comes on or added, I'm old school too. I have an Excel spreadsheet for like my
Yep.
hot list for my agents, and it's the same thing. I send my weekly market update, covering a little bit about what's going on in the market, covering hey, here's where interest rates are using an independent mortgage expert, and then the call to action. If you need help, then you're probably do you put a Calendly link in there? Do you put an application link? Anything else as far as a call to action on that email that you're sending out?
Yeah, so one thing that I do make sure I do them in most of them. Sometimes I'm running too busy or I'm too late to do it, but I like to record a video every time. So it puts my face in the email so people recognize when they see my face other places, that they know that it's me, that's who the email is coming from. So I record a 1 minute email just summarizing what the text of the email says. And then at the bottom, there's a little rate sheet that goes over the rates for different scenarios and what it looks like. And then, of course, there's usually in my email signature already, so an application,
Right.
if you have questions, reach out, that sort of thing.
That's awesome. I think, to be honest with you, we're highlighting this because you're doing it and getting results.
Yeah,
Every mortgage professional should be doing this. If you're in a referral based business and you're not educating the referral partners that are sending you business, you're missing a massive opportunity. And just like Angela did, you can find that information, right? Go on MMI, you can search by area, you can search by, different real estate branches and help educate them, right? Even if they don't use you at first, consistency will win. You will continue to start to build more referral partners and do more business. So really appreciate you sharing that. I think it's great. I've been doing it probably, I would say, a year and a half, 2 years as well, when I saw, okay, how do I communicate all this at once? Started doing it on social media, but then I'm not friends with everybody on there, right? Like you mentioned, you got all 3,800 agents that live in Delaware, right?
yeah, yeah,
So really smart. So I'll tie into that, right? Because I know probably on your email, you have a link to your social media as well,
yeah.
correct?
Yep.
Yes. And I know that's one thing, even how we met before, obviously meeting at an event at AIME. But even I was attracted to your social media from an aspect of you kind of tie in, obviously, cool family stuff, business, kind of mix it a little bit all together. So, I mean, do you take a different approach to your social media marketing than others, would you say?
I mean, so last year, the whole UWM all in thing came out, and I decided I'm going to go all in on social media. I'm going to generate business. I'm going to rely on my social media and my ability to market as what drives business to me, not rely on realtors for business. I don't want my business to be realtor driven. I want to be able to have steady business regardless of what's going on in the market. So
Yep.
social media is something that I really focused on. I guess it's been, 12, 13 months now when I hired a social media company to assist me. So it has been nothing but positives. I will go to events and people will recognize me that I've never worked with before because they see me on social media. Which, if you know me, you know that I don't like being on camera. I don't like my face everywhere. But it just so happens that it is. So it pays off because I've even gotten contracts accepted because they're like, oh, you're the girl on Instagram posting all the facts about mortgages. And so
Yeah.
people feel more comfortable knowing that I know this world.
That's awesome. I mean, that's
Yeah.
really quality branding, using your sphere of influence and taking action to build that sphere, right? The more people that know what you're doing, the more business you get. So
Yeah.
really like it. I mean, I think short, simple. It's just a
Yeah.
great grow and get it. A great grow and get it tip. So what I will say, anyone who's watching, this series, especially with Angela, tag her in the post and say, Angela, let me see one of these rate update videos, right? We might have to get some of the secrets that you're doing. But I mean, it's really, don't get paralysis by analysis. Just do it, right? You can go, and I use Barry Habib with MBS Highway, or different gentlemen. I like Phil Mancuso. Sometimes he has some good things. And I take it and I'm going to share it, right? Now, you got to put it into your own words, exactly like you're doing, but it's really a winning recipe for you to continue growing your business, which is what you've been doing, especially since you got married, change your last name, kind of have to reinvent that, right? I've never had to change my last name, but I can imagine for those that know you, that's probably a little tough because you have to rebrand yourself a little bit, right?
I was nervous, but it helps that it's the same initials, so it kind of flows the same. So it's fun.
I like it.
I'm committed now.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a part of our community. Always willing to help. Thank you for being on our Grow and Get It episode. I hope that our listeners really got some value out of it. The key is take action on these. Even if you go and pull the 10 agents that you've worked with, start small if you have to. It doesn't have to be 3,500. Take something that you can do that's simple and execute on it, and you will see results. So thank you again. Thanks for joining us today for another episode of AIME's Grow and Get It. We're here every Monday, noon Eastern, in the Brokers Are Better Facebook group. Tons of good past episodes on our YouTube page at AIME National. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Angela, I look forward to seeing you at the next event, maybe Windsor, Fuse, maybe both.
Say that again?
I said, are we seeing you at Windsor or Fuse or both?
I don't think Windsor, but I'll be at Fuse, I promise.
Good. All right. Well, we'll look forward to it. Don't forget our golf tournament. I think your husband likes to play golf, right?
A little bit.
So you can register for him, and he can play, and you can go hang out with the rest of the people and handle the happy hour portion of it. But
I can do that.
Yes. Thank you again. Have a great day. Go out and grow and get it.
Thanks, Tom.